Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. I've done some testing off camera, we'll call it computer simulations, to see if some of these are actually possible to do, because the thing is, we've tried, where is that thing, where is it, this one, test RT-10 solid fuel booster splashdown. See, it's on Kerbin and splashdown, but apparently I never tested it, even though I used it to launch my craft. I tried several different configurations and different things in the computer simulation. But, none of them worked. So that's weird. I'm just going to assume that I can't actually succeed at this one and give up on it. I do know, though, that I can do this one, and I can actually just start accepting some of these willy-nilly, because you have so much time. You don't have that much time to accept, like, say I have 5 hours to accept this one, the test the Rockomax Mark 55. But to actually go to it in here, I have over a year to do it, so I might as well just accept everything. Except that guy, and Orbit Kerbin. I think Orbit Kerbin is actually what we're going to try to accomplish today. It seems like the next logical step, since we already did Orbit Kerbin, but we didn't get anything out of it because we didn't accept that thing. That's weird, huh? So I already made a ship. I think it's called the Purposeful Orbiter. It's pretty much a take on the last thing we made, but I actually have communications now, and we got a bunch of boosters, and I have a second stage in here, which is a smaller little, smaller gas fuselage, a LFO, and a smaller jet on the very bottom. And we're going to take this puppy to space and orbit on purpose. I don't think I need anything else per se. I don't really have anything else unlocked. I could unlock some other bits. I have some science, but what I really want to do is save up my science and get something super useful. So we have our communications array. We're fine. We're fine. Let's just launch. Let's make sure our staging is correct, though, so we don't end up blowing up on the launch pad again. Let's see here. So we got our boosters. We don't want that there. We want this up here. Oh, no. We want this here. There we go. So we have our boosters, then our actual thrust, then release the boosters, then release the whole first stage, start the second stage, and let's make our parachute the last thing, because I don't really want my parachute being with the separation. Okay, cool. Let's turn on our SIS and launch this puppy, shall we? I think this should be pretty easy. Like the last episode was, we pretty much got into orbit. We just didn't accomplish anything doing it, which is unfortunate. Maybe I could have gone back to the Space Center and just accepted it then while I was in space. I mean, that could have happened, right? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually testing this liquid fuel engine, which is actually the one I'm using on this, but I have to land it, and you're going to orbit. Maybe you'll land. I don't know if you'll land. And actually, to test some of these, I don't even have to take off from the ground, because I've tested that before. So we'll actually probably do that after we go into orbit here. I don't think I'm actually going to bring this guy back. I kind of want just a guy chilling in space. Let's launch our main booster now and turn up all the way. By the way, Z and X are how you cut off and turn all the way on your main engine. That's pretty good to know. Let's ditch the... Oh, no! Okay. Let's ride this as high as we can. I'm detached now from my my first stage. We're kind of just... No, don't. Okay, we're gonna turn on. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. Well, that was a disaster. Are we going to land in the water, at least? Water landing? That was weird. I detached the boosters and just destroyed my freaking spacecraft. That kind of sucks. We may make it to water. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. That looks like land to me. Let's just find out. Let's turn up the time warp a little bit. That bit's just gonna plummet to the earth. It's still boosting. It's got fuel left. Oh boy. Why am I going this way? That's very strange. No, we're definitely hitting the Earth. So that's not a great it's not a great start to today. Actually, if I turn down the speed, maybe I can get a crew report out? Can you get a crew report for any science? Nope. Nothing. Oh, well. We're going to pop a parachute a little bit lower to the ground. Let's just get a little bit lower here. Just speed up time. Just a bit. And, nah, 10,000. We want like 5,000, I think. 7, 6, 5. Turn down time. Launch that thing. Alright. We can turn off our SAS because we don't need it anymore from here. Can we get a crew report from here? Yes, we can. Keep that data. That's awesome. Got more science out of this, even though we, I don't know what happened there, man. That was messed up. Maybe I gotta check my designs better. Transmit data. Oh, we got science. That's cool. We got science for flying over the grasslands of Kerbin. I can maybe in the distance I can actually see the space center. You think they could just walk out here? But let's just recover the vessel. And I believe we got some science from that, and that's pretty awesome. I wasn't even expecting that to happen. Oh, we didn't get... Did we not get any science? What? It said I got science. Well, no, we did, because now we're above 59. Okay, so we did get some. We got like 5 science, which is actually enough to maybe unlock some of the stuff I wanted to unlock. So let's just check this out. We need to spend 15 on this. So now... Let's see, we can get unmanned probes, so we can get the Staputnik cockpit, which means we don't have to actually man all of our rockets, which you think would be the first thing they would invent, but you know, whatever. It doesn't matter that much. We can also try some of this. I'm thinking we just go for the unmanned thing, and it has the SAS, the mountable SAS, which is actually very useful, and some other winglets, so let's just grab that right away. And then that'll unlock... even more bits and pieces. This is actually the path towards space planes, I believe, which I'm not really into yet. I know they added a bunch of stuff, but it also has RCS jets, and this is really good. That's actually really good. Some photovoltaic panels. Yeah, this is the path to getting some freaking satellites, which is actually pretty good. Satellites would probably be pretty useful for what we're trying to do. There's also a science module in the next bit over here, and better comms. Alright, well that sounds great. I'm happy with that. Let's look at our design. See what we can improve here. The problem is... Well, it's not really that much of a problem. I think I just add another set of these, maybe? Or maybe make them lower? Let's try to make them lower. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Okay. Let's make them lower. Is that it? Did I do it? I don't know if that's any lower. We're gonna try this anyway, though. Let's just save and launch. I don't want to futz with too much. Put it that way. Let's give it another shot ski. This, and we have to change our freaking thing again. I'll do that really quick. Separates there, separates there. Yeah, perfect. SAS on, and launch this thing. Alright, take 2. Let's just turn on our main right away and just turn it down, maybe? So there's some thrust going. Man, that was messed up. I have no idea how that crashed. Maybe it hit my fins. Maybe that's the fault. Maybe I just shouldn't have these fins in here. Maybe they're hitting that. I don't know. We'll see. And maybe I should just accelerate as much as I can coming out of that. Maybe let it like hang for a minute. Maybe for a second, so everything slows down. And then when I release them, I accelerate and get away from those freaking things. That seems like a good idea. So let's just hang out. And then X. And then release. And then Z. There we go. Much better. Those are probably going to hit buildings. Whatever, man. I'm not really too worried about it at the moment. Okay, so where are we headed? We got to actually get up into orbit. We need to get to like 100,000 feet maybe. We're headed there. It's not too bad. Going max thrust. Chilling out, max and relaxing, all cool. Do I want to go in polar orbit? Maybe we want to go polar. Let's just go polar. Yeah. Polar orbits are pretty cool. probably won't be exactly polar, but we can adjust mid-flight. Now that they added like maneuvers and stuff, like mid-flight maneuvering and like all other stuff, it's actually really pretty easy to control your spacecraft when you're actually up in space and like fine-tune the orbit. Before you had to like be smart, like real smart. I'm not real smart, so. Alright, we got to that, so we're gonna exit and turn off our thrust and get to our, oh, if I can actually turn the freaking map now. Maybe. That's gonna have to do. Yeah, okay. So when we get to 123,000 feet, we're gonna start thrusting again. Alright, now we just got turn towards the North Pole. There we go. And thrust. Shouldn't require that much thrust, because we are in orbit, but we do need to actually get to like 2,000 meters a second to actually pull off an orbit, so it's probably better just to kind of full thrust it. And go into our next stage even, if we're going to need to. That's why we brought it. On top of being able to recover the vessel like back on Earth, or Kerbin I should say. But it's not entirely necessary. Here we go. It's popping open. We could do this. I think it's like 2,100 meters per second is what we need? Maybe? Something like that. Alright, this stage is going to be over. Now we have our little tiny stage. And we can get up to our nominal speed for orbit here. Keep on going, man. As soon as it starts spinning, means we're in a good place. There we go. So 11.6 and 12.9. Alright, we are in orbit. Fantastic. Good. We did it. We're in a polar orbit, which means we're going over the poles, which means anything else we launch is less likely to smack into this thing, which is why I did it to begin with. I don't know if I'm going to bring Jeb back right away. I think he's just going to hang out up here for a while. Got completion rewards, got some science, got some monies, got some rep, and that's pretty rad. So we orbited Kerbin. Fantastic. Let's go back to the Space Center then. So we got more rep. I think this is our reputation meter. I still barely know what that's all about. Didn't we use our science though? What happened? Oh no, we got 60. Oh, we got a bunch of science. Do I want to get the lab? I think I want to get the lab. But maybe... I don't know. Fuel tank or laboratory? Probably laboratory. Science is really important. So let's get that. Let's do that. Boom. So we have batteries, a scientific lab, and better comms. And this will allow us to go down the path of landing struts, gear, landing gear, driving, thermometers, other scientific stuff, photovoltaic panels. Yeah, this is a good path to go down. We eventually want to get everything, but for our purposes, we basically want to get to the moon and land. I think that's our big major goal right now. So we got in orbit. Fantastic. Let's do some testing. So this is the thing I figured out while doing other stuff, is some of these contracts don't actually require you to be in the air. So check this out. This is the LV-909 liquid fuel engine. This is the top part of the orbiter we just built. And you have to be on Kerbin and landed, and then you have to test the engine. So we can turn the thrust down all the way to 0. And let's actually make the staging correct here. And turn on the engine. There. Contract complete. We got some very little money, some reputation, a little bit of science. But that's that, man. I mean, let's turn off the engine and recover the vessel. That's all we got to do. And then we can do that for the other engine as well. Got our funds back from the recovered parts, which is nice. I don't think we got any... I think we got some rep. We did get science for sure. Let's do that for the LV-45 to complete that right away. So all we have to do is get the LV-45 liquid fuel engine. I believe we have a contract for this. So let's just do it. Whatever. Even if we don't, it's fun to do nothing on the launch pad. I think the idea in real life, if this was to be realistic, would be they would like tie down the rocket, like a big fuel fuselage and the rocket, and test the engine. But they don't make you do that here. They just make you turn on the engine. So let's go turn off the thrust, turn on the engine. Boom, contract complete. Got money, got science, got rep. Fantastic, recover the vessel. Sounds pretty easy. Kinda lame, but hey, we completed those contracts. So what's another contract we can do? Explore the moon is the next big one. We have to achieve orbit around the moon, transmit or recover scientific data from space around the moon, land on the moon, and then transmit or recover data from the surface of the moon. So this is a big... This probably should be split up into a bunch of things, but they just put it all together, which is, I don't know, that's fine. That's actually pretty crazy. So let's accept this contract. It never expires, so we might as well have it. We can test basic jet engine splashed down. This is the same problem with the booster I had, where you're supposed to test it splashed down and it didn't work, so I'm not going to even... I mean, I can accept it, I guess. I mean, I don't think it works. Science data from space around Kerbin. Prestige trivial expires 5 years. I want you to send science data from space around Kerbin. Okay, transmitters or recover scientific data. Cool. I was doing that anyway, but now I have more incentive because it'll actually continuously give me science. And let's test the stacked coupler. Excellent. And we'll start doing that next time. So thank you very much for watching. And we're going to continue our quest to the moon. What I want to do, like, I mean, we got to do some science stuff, right? But I really want to send a satellite to the moon. What do we need? I think we have to actually start getting some other items here. I don't know. I'll check out our stuff. And when we come back, we'll figure out what we're going to do next.